What's good, Panther Nation? It's your boy Myron McRae, aka Tornado McRae, across the skies of the internet, here with another episode of Panther Pride TV. Your one-stop shop for all your Panther notifications and your Panther obligations. Happy Tuesday to y'all. Hope you are having a great Tuesday. Hope everything's going smooth. Hope you're getting some tacos today because you know what? We just entered August. You deserve tacos. We don't have a federal holiday at any point this month, so you know what? Tacos make everything better. Telling you. Go get you some tacos. But we're going to go ahead and get into today's docket. Now, as we know, there's not too much to speak about from yesterday because yesterday there was no practice. There wasn't really a practice or anything of that nature. So these are just a couple things that I am looking forward to and kind of anticipating and think that need to be discussed going into this week as we have practice later on today and it goes through the day. So got to go in there. And the first thing I do want to talk about is the necessary position battle that Carolina has to solidify heading into it. And I know we've talked in number and in depth about a number of position battles, but the position battle I'm actually talking about, let me calm down. There we go. The position battle that I am actually addressing is the center position because I feel that is going to be a key. Now we know this is going to be Austin Corbett versus Cade Mays. And when you look at it, let's just look at the breakdown and you'll see what I'm saying. So we know this is going to be a key piece for the offensive line. It's the center position, y'all. The head honcho calling the protections for the rest of the linemen, pointing out what he sees from the jump. Like a great center goes a long way. And when I look at the key factors going into this battle, for example, one, Corbett's only played 9 games the last 2 seasons, whereas Mays, he started 8 of the last 9 games just last year alone. Started 8 of them, started 8 out of the last 9, and only allowed 10 quarterback pressures. That's wild. That's wild. Then you have to take into account age. Mays just turned 26 here in April, whereas Corbett turns 30 in week 1. His birthday, September 5th. We play week 1 on September 7th. So you throw in that. You throw in the availability of injuries, the age difference, and then when we go to the contracts, Mays is on the cheaper contract at $3.6 million, whereas Corbett, he's on $5.6 million. So when you look at it through the objective lens, it's a no-brainer. Cade Mays deserves this starting role. Cade Mays deserves the starting position for center. It is, I will be shocked. I will be very shocked. I will be very honestly dismayed, shocked, appalled, dismayed, and every other feeling if Cade Mays is not listed as the starting center because he's younger, he's healthier, more readily available, and he's on a cheaper contract. So all of this bodes well for the long haul, not only in the short interim, but also for the long haul. You're trying to build a foundational team. You need a player like this to help set the foundation on the O-line. And Cade Mays has shown that he can do that. He can come in, step up, and fulfill the role. And now it's time for us to let him be the full-time starter because he's never been the full-time starter for all 17 games. And he's been in the league since 2022. He's been in the league since 2022 and has never been given a shot to be the full all-time starter. But now I feel as though he's proven it to the world and proven it to everybody. Hey, I am a starting center in the NFL. Give me my shot and I'll prove you right. I'll make sure you don't look stupid. The only way I don't see Cade Mays getting this starting position is if Corbett just superseded this man all offseason and we didn't know. And I mean superseded him in every aspect of the game that means to be center. And I get injuries happen, but bro, 9 games in 2 years? And you're turning 30? And you're more expensive? Just go ahead. You could trade Corbett, get you a few more assets for the draft next year if you want, Morgan. And here's the bad part. That idea is not even coming from me. There was somebody in this comment section about a month ago when we talked about this who said that. Said that Austin Corbett should be traded. Whoever that was, please drop it, because I know I didn't get that idea. Somebody in this comment section said when it came to this battle, Austin Corbett should be traded to get assets and Cade Mays should be the starter. So I want to make sure that young lady or that young man gets their recognition. Whoever it was, put your name in the comment section so I can give you the proper recognition, because I'm drawing a blank right now and I don't want to disrespect you. But that's what I have to say about that, man. I genuinely feel Cade Mays should be the starter. I'll be shocked if he's not. And that's just where I'm at on it. But then again, y'all tell me I don't know anything half the time, so it is what it is. Moving on to the next item. Next item is like, yo, what current Panther will make it to Canton, Ohio? Now, I know that's a wild question to ask, especially given the state of our team, and I know somebody on here is probably like, nobody. I get it. I understand why you feel that way. I really do. I really do. But here's the deal. So Brian Diardo from CBS Sports did a list naming one current player on each NFL team that could make the Hall of Fame. That's set to make the Hall of Fame, or that will be most likely to reach the Hall of Fame when their career is said and done. So for Carolina, his option that he chose, not me, no. He said the option for Carolina is actually Derek Brown. Now, let's look at what he said. So he had this section, current Hall of Fame lock, and he would say yes or no. He said currently Derek Brown is a no. However, here's what he had to say. Brown is hoping to rebound from last year's injury. A former first-round pick, Brown had the most complete year of his career in 2023, setting career high with 203 tackles in addition to 2 sacks, an interception, and 6 pass breakups. Brown is hoping to get back to that level this year after an injury in Week 1 sidelined him for the remainder of the 2024 season. Not gonna lie, Diardo, I see where he's going with that, and it makes sense. I agree with him. And one reason why I do agree with him is because Derek Brown has gotten better each year he's been in the league. This draft pick has not missed, y'all. This pick has not been a bust by any means of the imagination. Derek Brown has continuously gotten better each year in the league statistically. And on the ground, like it's shown. It's shown. And had it not been for injuries last year, he may have had even better numbers last year. But we'll never know because he was injured for all the season. Now, the real question is, can he bounce back? Can he bounce back, bro? Because that is going to be the if, and, or but with it all. Can Derek bounce back? I hope he does. I really do. I want him to. I want this to be just a blip in the radar and he can go back to being who he is. But that is the big question in the room. And also, who would it be if it's not him? Had you not picked Derek Brown, who is it going to be? And when I think about it, only 2 names come to mind. One, and this is off the current roster as of right now. Number 1, Adam Thielen. And that's just based off his career, if I'm being honest. Because the way it seemed, he based it more so off if the player's been in that team situation probably a good amount of time or most of their career. But if we're going off of career alone and this roster, Adam Thielen is most likely going to the Hall of Fame based off career. And if it's not him and it's not Derek Brown, the next best answer would have been Jace Horn off of talent. It'd be Jace Horn off of talent, even though JC's missed two out of his 4 seasons. You could make an argument for Rico, but not Rico. You could make an argument for Chuba Hubbard. However, Chuba did just have his first 1,000-yard season last year, so we got to see how the consistency goes there. At least with Jace Horn, we've had 2 good seasons and 2 bad seasons. So that's how that plays out. But I would say the first 2 outside of Derek Brown, to me, would have to be Adam Thielen and Jace Horn. And then thirdly, guys, I'm looking forward. Wait, hold up. Where'd it go? Come on now. Wait. Oh, that's crazy. Hold up. No way. That keep it the same for both. Dang. All right, you know what? My fault, y'all. So, forgot to change forgot to change it on the third slide, but the third slide is, hey, Dave Canales addressing and confirming that the starters will be playing in the first 2 preseason games, and I do want to go into that more because here's his quote as to his reason why and whatnot. So Coach Canales says this. We were kind of going through it last year. We have a mix of veteran players, but it's predominantly a pretty young team, and I just can't pass up the opportunity. The reps in game are valuable, but I think it goes to the night before when guys know they're going to go out there. They got to make a decision to play football. It starts the night before with the prep. You start thinking about your plan, taking care of your body, making sure you get your rest. Then you get up, get your nutrition plan in the morning, and just like your full game day routines. Those are so valuable, and we have 3 opportunities to do that this preseason, and I really just want to take advantage of that. So, I am with Coach Canales 100%. I see what he's talking about. He wants the players to get used to their game day routines and to honestly just get in rhythm. You know what I mean? He wants everybody to lock in, gel together, and experience these routines and make everything normal, make everything as smooth as silk, essentially. This way, when game day comes around, you don't feel out of place doing your game day routine because you haven't done it all preseason. And with the starters confirmed to be playing in the first 2 preseason games, here are my questions. 1, how many drives do the starters play? I know the typical answer is like maybe 1 to 2, but if you want the continuity that you're asking for, Coach Canales, I'm talking to you. This is a humble Panther fan's opinion. I personally think you have the starters, at least definitely in this first game, play half the first quarter. That's just me. Half the first quarter. Half the first quarter, game 2, the entire first half. That's just me. Because you're trying to get them reps. You could probably get maybe 3-4 drives out of that. Maybe 5 if the defense is stepping up. But I say half the first quarter, get everybody's feet up under them and get them moving. Then, what do I want to see from the offense? First things first, I really want to see the run game established again. I want to make sure we still have that. But then I want to see the passing game on full display and trying to knock the rust off and build a connection. It doesn't always have to be forcing it to teammate, but I want to see all the receivers getting involved. And honestly, I want to see that throughout the entire game, whether it's the first team, second team, third team, whoever. I want to see the pass game on display. And in terms of the defense, run, stopping. Every time Cleveland runs the ball, I need y'all to have 11 on a hat. I need y'all to show that the run game is here and we are not last year. I don't care if it's first string, second string, third string. I need the run game stopped. That's what I need. I need the run game to be top tier. I need us to look way better than that defense we had last year. And consider how bad we were, it shouldn't be hard. I'm keeping it a buck with you. And then the other thing, who's going to be our starting kicker? Wright or Fitzgerald? Like, I think that's a genuine question because after the Fan Fest and whatnot, I want to know who's going to be the starting kicker, and I want to see how they play that out. I do. So those are my tidbits when it comes to this upcoming Friday night and how we're going to play that out. And then lastly got, before we get into that part, also got, this is the Panthers freeze frame of the day. And man, it is Jace Garland from FanFest last night. I found this photo because I'd been looking for it. And that's the only reason why it wasn't in yesterday's video. But I've been looking for it because I thought this was the coldest photo for Jace Garland. And hey man, shout out to him living out his dream. And I pray for the young man. Hope everything goes well for him and his family. But to me, for him and his family, this is going to be a memory they hold in their hearts for a long time. And I think it's really cool. I think it's really cool. And so, with all that being said, guys, now it is time for Panther Nation to speak your truth. All right, man. Y'all know how we get down. We got to read the comment section. And the first comment that comes up comes from Brendan Reef Johnson 7093. My man said, FanFest was an Yep. All right, just 1 minute. Yep. My man said, FanFest was an absolute blast. Our receivers looked great, especially Leggett. Looking forward to seeing him play, but Bryce was looking unconfident the whole time, holding on to the ball too long and looking scared to make passes. Hopefully when he plays against the defense that doesn't know him as well, he will get some of that back. I can agree with that. Listen, man. I see where you're going with it. And I saw from videos and clips, there were a few times where Bryce was probably holding the ball too long, and there were a few passes he completed that may have potentially been sacks. So I understand where you're going with that and why you said that statement. Next comes from E-Loading. My man said, listen, I took the trip all the way from Maryland, 7.5 hours to Charlotte. First time at the stadium, and I had a blast. I was in section 116, row 4, had a great interaction with Sir Purr, saw one of Jimmy Horn's TDs right in front of my eyes, and got it on video. Wish I could share my pictures and videos, and please do everything in your power to make it to FanFest next year. Panther Nation would love to see you. # keep pounding. Hey, E-Loading, man. I know I've made that drive. I used to be stationed out in Andrews, and I've made the drive down to Charlotte from there. It was 6.5 for me, so I get it. I understand. I completely understand, man. But shout out to you for making the trip. I'm glad you had a blast. Photos, videos. I'm sure you have a great video of it, man. I might start asking y'all to send in videos and whatnot. I might make a collage or something towards the end of the year just of all your videos from the games. So if y'all have videos and photos of the game that are real good, might make a collage at the end of the year just to showcase y'all, thank y'all, and praise y'all for all the stuff that y'all do, man. Because without the fans, there is no team. And y'all make FanFest and experiences like that a blast. I remember my first Panthers game at the stadium was 2016. Yeah, it was November 2016, and we played New Orleans Saints. The Sugar Hill game was there, man. I still got the videos from that. That was a great day. We was way up in the bleacher section, but it was a blast. It was a Thursday night game. I'll never forget it. We won that game, and I had a ball. So it was real cool. And then lastly, man, Den Porter 5363 says, party this week. Let's go. Hey, man, Friday's going to be fun times. And remember, y'all, I'm thinking about doing a watch party. I think I might do a watch party on my Discord or something like that. So we're going to talk about that more when we get closer to Thursday, and I've really solidified how we want to do it. So we're going to do that. But guys, with all that being said, that's the end of today's video. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell at the bottom so you can always be reminded of when these videos are dropping. Next, comment below and let me know, 1, who do you think should be the starting center? Austin Corbett, Cade Mays. 2, do you think Derrick Brown is the most likely current Panther to make the Hall of Fame, or do you think it is somebody else? Do you think it's Thielen? Do you think it's J.C. Horn? Do you think it's Bryce or somebody else? Let me know in the comments below. And then 3, what are you looking forward to seeing out of Friday night scrimmage? What are your expectations? What do you want to see? How do you want the team to look? How many drives do you want them to play? Do you want the starters to play? Let me know in the comment section below, because at the end of the day, what do I know? I'm just a skinny brother with 2 tats. Peace. Much love to all you Panther Nation. Take care. Later days. And as always, keep pounding. I'll see you next time.